How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you some predictions for the Halloween and Party Expo 2022. Now, the Halloween and Party Expo 2022 is literally just around the corner now, and I've really been pushing off this video for a while now. I don't know why, I kind of wish I made it sooner, but the hype for the Halloween and Party Expo could not be at a higher level right now. So, I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering what the Halloween Party Expo is, but I'm also sure there's a lot of you who already know what it is. So if you already know, you can skip past this part. But for those of you who don't know, every year there's a trade show held someplace random. This year I believe it's in Las Vegas or somewhere in Nevada or California, one of those areas. I'm pretty sure it's in Nevada this year though. And there's a whole bunch of companies that all come to this Halloween trade show and show off their new products for the oncoming year. So every year we have companies like, there's J. Marcus, which is the distributor for Techie Toys, I believe. So you do get a small glimpse at Techie Toy stuff. But there's also Distortions Unlimited. They show us a bunch of their new stuff, which is very exciting, which I'll be sure to do a separate video on that. But today we're more focused on the big one, Morris Costumes. Morris Costumes is a carrier of SVI products, and they have new SVI products every year. And it's one of the biggest talking points in the community around this time of year in January. So in today's video, I'll be giving you my ideas and predictions on the Halloween Party Expo Morris Costume lineup for 2022. So I guess without any more hesitation, let's jump right into it. Alright, so my first predictions here are definitely coming to the fact that Morris Costumes at least used to be huge innovators with different types of props and new concepts and basically new, I guess, abilities for props. I don't know if that word works too well. But in 2020, which was easily one of their best years in my opinion, they came out with so many different types and unique props with the digital eyes, the big archway guys, Underworld Clown. He had a very, very unique look to him, and just a lot of really great props that year. I'm still sticking by the fact that Halloween and Party Expo 2020 with Morris Costumes was definitely one of their best years yet. But anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. I think last year was one of their weakest years ever. There wasn't a single prop that I really enjoyed, and I thought it was just a huge, huge letdown. Definitely last year. I did not like any of their props really. But I feel like this year they're going to come back strong. So relying on the fact that they're innovators, I think we're going to see some really new, unique prop concepts. Coming back to their archway dudes from 2020, I don't think they were the best sellers considering they didn't make any new ones this year, but I think there could be a really good chance that we're going to see some sort of new prop like that. Whether it's another archway guy or something even bigger or maybe something even more unique than that, I think there's a good chance we could see something very innovative from Morris Costumes this year. So it's really nothing in particular, but I really hope they go back to their innovative roots from 2020 and create something very innovative for us that's brand new to the Halloween animatronic industry. I feel like the biggest one in the past was probably the digital eyes since they were first showcased there, but I really feel like there could be other opportunities for big innovations from them this year. So here's to hopes that they come back with something very innovative. My next idea and prediction for Morris Costumes is I believe they're going to bring back or create some of the new 3-foot characters from last year. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of them, and I'm pretty sure they were $100 each, which is very overpriced in my opinion. But they had these new little 3-foot characters. I think they were probably, some of them at least, were better than a few Pan-Asian Creation ones since they were made by SVI, but they were nowhere near worth what they were priced at, and they were kind of generic Halloween creatures. The Scarecrow was easily my favorite, and I'm still hoping we see a life-size version of that one day. But anyways, I think they're going to come out with a few more of them. I think a skeleton one could work great. They didn't have a skeleton one yet. Some sort of Grim Reaper one, maybe. Maybe they could even include, I don't know, a zombie one, since I don't believe they had a zombie one either. I think they had a witch and a few other, like, the doll one really worked well, too. But I think a zombie and a skeleton could work, maybe a few others, but definitely a big prediction there is them bringing back and creating some more of those 3-foot characters. My next prediction for Morris Costumes 2022 is I think they're going to take another big step away from clowns this year. So as we saw last year with only being one clown, which is definitely really unusual for them since they are known for having so many clowns every year. So only them having one clown and it being only a little 3-foot character was a major surprise to a lot of us. And I think they're going to stay this way for a while. I'm really thinking there's only going to be one clown at the Halloween and Party Expo for Morris Costumes every year going forward for at least a little bit. Maybe even a year without clowns. But I don't think they're going to go back to clowns anytime soon, which is honestly a good thing for me since I'm so sick of SVI clowns. I think their designs for clowns have just gotten so tired out. None of them are unique anymore. They're all so generic. So I think having them go back to clowns is honestly a little bit unrealistic for me. And the reason why I think they took a step away was probably because of us asking them to. And also, I don't think clowns are probably selling too great for them anymore. That really seems like the only reason why they would step away or even put more clowns in. But I just feel like clowns are starting to become slowly, I guess, kind of lost in the public eye. Because It Chapter 2 were huge movies that obviously featured Pennywise as the antagonist, being Pennywise the clown. So with that series done, and it's been done for quite a while now, I think we're just going to see a lot less clowns in the future, not even just for Moore's costumes. But anyways, that next prediction is that there will be, again, probably only one clown this year, if none at all. Now that we got some of my predictions out of the way, let's talk about some of my wants and hopes for Moore's Costumes 2022. We'll start off with something small because the products themselves are small, being more haunted dolls. Now, I would love to see more life-size animatronics be turned into these little haunted dolls. I've recently become a big fan of them, with me getting my first one being the Uncle Charlie doll. I still really love that little dude. I think he's awesome. In fact, he's sitting right over there. But anyways, I think seeing some of their life-size characters turned into these dolls would be really cool, and hopefully have them released this time. Because last time when they made them, I believe, when they turned the life-size into it, was in 2020. They had 3 of them, being Skeezy the Clown, I believe his name was, and then there was KG the Clown and Sweet Dreams. They all got turned into the dolls, but never ended up being released, which was a little bit saddening to me since I honestly really liked them. But I want to see maybe not clowns be turned into these dolls. I think maybe seeing some of their non-clown props being turned into them could be really cool. Perhaps Cellar Dweller, I think, would be a cool one, even though it doesn't really fit the whole doll thing. I think it could still make for a really cool little doll figure like that. And maybe a few others, like, I don't know, I'm trying to remember here. Maybe Root of Evil, I think that would be a fantastic one. I always forget that's a Moore's Costumes prop. I would kill to see Root of Evil and Scorched Scarecrow as those little dolls. I would definitely buy both, hands down. But anyways, I think seeing more haunted dolls would be another cool thing based off their life-size characters. Another want and hope I have for Moore's Costumes is some more tabletops this year, and interesting ones. Typically, they don't have too many tabletops every year, but when they do, they're normally pretty cool. So I'm really hoping we see some really awesome ones this year. I'm not the biggest tabletop collector, but I think they could come up with some really unique ideas for tabletops, considering that they had that Sunstar man-eating plant, which I thought was really cool as a tabletop, which I don't believe got released. Maybe it did, I honestly forget. But I feel like we could see a lot of cool tabletops from them, and honestly, I'm a big fan of tabletops, so just seeing a few more could be awesome. Now, for another thing I want to see from Moore's Costumes this year, and it relies on genres of props, like, again, if I need to explain this, clowns, basically what type of prop they are, clowns, vampires, whatever it may be. And in fact, I want to see vampire props. Vampire props are not done enough. I believe the last one was Lord Carnivar, and I thought he was good, I didn't think he was more the traditional vampire in a sense. So I want to see at least one traditional vampire this year. It doesn't even have to be from Moore's Costumes, but I think they could pull off a vampire really well, and I'm interested to see their take on what a vampire prop should be. And since we've hardly seen any vampires in the past, I'm really looking forward to see if they ever do one. And that's one of my biggest wants for this year, more vampire props. I probably won't end up getting any vampire props this year, but I just feel like we need to see more, and I always enjoy vampire characters. So a big want of mine for Moore's Costumes this year are definitely vampires. Another want I want to see from Moore's Costumes this year is for them to go really all in with the digital eyes. Now, I feel it's really hit or miss with digital eye props. Sometimes they look really awesome in it, other times they just look unnatural and the prop really shouldn't have it. But I think if they don't run it into the ground and come up with new animations for the eyes and don't reuse the same eyeball effect over and over again. In 2021 for Costco, that werewolf had some of the coolest eye animation we've seen, considering that all of them have the same gross looking eyeballs, which really just don't look good at all. So I want to see them create new animations for these and give every prop their own unique animation for their digital eyes. That's something I really want to see, and something I've been saying that the digital eyes aren't the things being overused, it's the animation that is. So if they create some more animations that fit the prop better, I think it could look awesome. But anyways, definitely one of my wants for this year is for them to really go in with the digital eyes. I think more props with it could really look awesome. Of course, they started off with the Looming Phantom in 2020. And 2021, I believe the Tower, the 10-foot Reaper guy also had them. I'm not sure if any of the other props did. I'm pretty sure they didn't. But yeah, still, I think it could be awesome to see some more digital eyes. So my final one for Moore's Costumes, Halloween 2022, is more gore in their props. For the longest time, especially last year, I feel like they've been just making so many kid-friendly and just basically toys for kids props. So many of them last year were just so colorful and goofy. They didn't even feel like Halloween. They just felt like these huge pieces of plastic that you keep in your house for no reason. It was really disappointing last year for multiple reasons, but that was definitely one of the biggest ones. They just felt so kid-friendly, not creepy or spooky at all, not even Halloweeny for most of them, which is just one of my biggest upsets with last year. And that's why this year I really wish they go on the, maybe not even that gory, just make creepy props in general. I hope they go back to making some really spooky and dark and just make them gory and even just at least a little bit creepy again. So I guess that's really just gonna wrap it up, everybody. So let's cut to the outro. Well, that's going to do it for my Halloween and Party Expo, Moore's costumes, wants, and predictions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe as always. Also, check out my merch and my Instagram in the description below. Once again, I really appreciate all of you sticking around to the end. And please, let me know what you want and what you predict that Moore's costumes will bring out for this year. I was still really disappointed with last year, so I'm really hoping they pick it up again this year. I really think they will, but only time will tell. And as of right now, there's only a few days left until the Halloween Party Expo, so I'm really excited for it. I can't believe it's already here after a whole year already. It's pretty crazy. It feels like just yesterday the original Moore's costume props for 2020 were getting revealed. So it's pretty crazy to believe we're already here again. But nonetheless, I'm very excited for the Halloween Party Expo this year. There are going to be so many companies there, so I'm going to be talking about it all on this channel. So be sure to stay tuned. And with all that, everybody, as always, this is the Big Slay Pumpkin signing out.